Hey, yo, it's Blain, straight out of GC.
Yeah!
RP my homie Queen, RP Ben Sharper, RP Pro, RP my homie Chops. Let's get it. Get it!
Yo, Cerebro Ken, the last champ of scrambles. Quick word, yo. Check us out, Skater Nation, man. We got gear, we got all sorts of cool shit coming through. Shit already out, man. That's really us. Get on that shit. RIP Queen, RIP Broken. Love.
Yeah, Cerebro won the coin toss. First round on playing. Let's go.
Hey, yo! Yo!
We here.
All the bodies you caught have turned to skeletons in your closet that I'm here to expose. So I'ma strip it bare to the bones. I used to be a big fan of his. My style even used to get compared to his flows. But I knew this battle would be a breeze, cause even when I was just a fan to the king, I always knew I was the heir to the throne. I've been through killers. You never faced an opponent that pushed you to your true limits. So when they ask who the new king is, everybody wanna throw their 2 cents every 2 minutes. But I ain't got time to talk cause I'm too busy proving it. That's right. So here's why you get no respect. When you became champ, you acted like you were owed a debt. And then when you were supposed to get flown to go and rep, you decided to stay home with your hobo friends and smoke dope instead until your nose. So when you here's why you get no respect. When you became champ, you acted like you were owed a debt. And then when you were supposed to get flown to go and rep, you decided to stay home with your hobo friends and smoke dope instead until your nose is bled. You think you chose balling over bars, but that just goes to show how low your goals are set. To be the people's champ, it's not about the crown that he holds in his head, it's about the crowds of thousands that Moses led or the mouths that Jehovah fed. It's not about the crown that he holds on his head, it's about the crowds of thousands that Moses led or the mouths that Jehovah fed. I'm trying to say it's not the champion you became, it's the manna of your reign with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread.
What's up, Jesus? What else?
So if you got any cards, you better play those close, cause there is no weakness that Blain won't expose. So you better pray and throw bones, cause you're gonna have to borrow the dragons from Game of Thrones or play no So if you got any cards, you better play those close, cause there is no weakness that Blain won't expose. So you better pray and throw bones, cause you're gonna have to borrow the dragons from Game of Thrones or Thanos stones. My goodness. How do you manage to have such a big ass dome with such a small mind in it? If you jumped in a boat, it'd capsize. Man, your fitted capsize must be 3/8 and 1,000 times infinite. Science tried to define it, but it just keeps defying physics. So folks, for the right price, y'all could probably buy some tickets, cause he got a dome so big, I'm surprised Casper hasn't tried to fill it.
Welcome to the Champions League, bitch. Come get a quick insight to the manager's secrets. And to attack me, your 3, you gonna need at least PSG's tactics and scheming. You secured a record-breaking match for the fee. He's not the next best thing, but he'll catch an injury faster than he did. Like we're actually beefing. So you must have taste buds as bland as a vegan to feel what he cooking after he taking out half of the season. what he cooking after he taking out half of the season. Man, it's just multis and aggression. Them raps is misleading. Ain't enough hunger left from this man that's competing. So why beat around the bush? I ain't really gotta slither around Adam and Eden if I can make him aware of the body without an apple to feed him. I say, it's usually two Botswana wild. Wait, hold up. It's usually two Botswana wild cards on deck, but he came without. Oh shit, sorry. It's usually two Botswana wild cards on deck, but he came without L. You know the only Joker gotta die. You look too strange without L. I turn Infinity Wars to a duck. Man, hold my time. I say, it's usually two wild cards on deck, but he came without L. You know the only Joker gotta die. You're looking strange without L. I'll turn Infinity Wars to a Dark Knight and Gotham and triumph like Batman versus the last plane without the L. Fuck it. Yo, hold on. Let me quote this nigga. Yo, David Blaine make you disappear like the Malaysia plane. What a piece of whack shit. The irony of that shit is to believe the crap, you literally gotta believe in magic. Okay. But check this, yo, I started this round with a big bang. Then two name flips to set the score. David Blaine is an old trick. That's me going in after the third knock on his name. I'm Sheldon Cooper at Penny's door. I'm signing on this nigga and y'all rank this bitch at the top. I'm Nicolas Cage taking him for a joyride the first minute of bars, which makes him Eleanor, cause you were bottom of that list the second that 60 was gone. I say maybe next it should be the agnostic versus the God. A better class to behold. Cause it's your entire belief system tested when you challenge me, bro. I'm trying to test Blaine's breath control with my hands on his throat. Forget the rounds you have for me, bro. I'm trying to see if you can recover from an actual choke as spastic as Crow.
When I say I'm the truth, it's because I've been proved beyond dispute. Started at grassroots and then I grew beyond my group. Now I'm the shit on a stool. You couldn't place a doodle on my poop. You couldn't place a doodle on my poop. I put the can to his dome, then blow it off if there's a Zulu on my stoop. My mind's evolved, and you're behind the spinal cords on dinosaurs. Plus, you rusty in the ring like you bought golden China stores. I whipped your niggas in every street fight I fought. I guess you're supposed to be some kind of final boss. Now, I'll pretend to be friends to his face, but I've been plotting his death way before we ever put pen to the page or enter the stage. I told him this battle shit just makes us brothers at the end of the day. But he don't know when I say brothers, I mean Abel and Cain. I told him this battle shit just makes us brothers at the end of the day. But he don't know when I say brothers, I mean Abel and Cain. Now we so close, I call him Siri. So it only makes sense that your bro will be the end of your name. At one event, at one event, I found a random place in the room to keep prepping. He was like, sorry, this area is reserved for me, Pava and Jake, because we legends. This area is reserved for me, Pava and Jake, because we legends. Now I get why his head got too big for the league that birthed him, no matter how wide it keeps stretching. This pussy demanded his own VIP and called that the C-section. I bring that kung fu war based off Sun Tzu's laws, and I got a style that can subdue yours. You wanna hug smash through walls, but I choose to use thoughts instead of brute force, cause in due course we all move towards true north. My pen's awesome. Y'all sent Height, Cody, and Crow as your best swordsmen, and they all ended up in coffins. And I can't wait to face Jake, not cause he's dope, I mean cause I get an adrenaline rush when I end off. Yes.
Let it down! Let him go. I say, great minds think alike, but I want nothing to do with this pussy. Cause you can't hang with my kind if you think C-section has something to do with the pussy.
Keep it down!
I say,
Contact.
yo, take him to school. Take him to school. Yo, I'll admit, after that scramble shit, my YouTube is embarrassing. I say, I'll admit, after that scramble shit, my YouTube is embarrassing. But the truth of the matter is, what goes down will come back up. So I'm trying to add back a few views to the tally, G. But peep the science. If I could parallel that with a true goon's mentality, then I could come from under your neck with a 2-2 if you challenge me, blow your apple up into your melon and reintroduce Newton to gravity. I'll blow his apple up into your melon and reintroduce. Hold up. I'll blow your apple up into your melon and reintroduce Newton to gravity. Yo. Grade 12 science. How this accelerated is physics. I had to first master that equation to split it, because wherever the 9 point, it 8, given that 9.8 is a given. I said, yo, hold up, yo, this ain't a battle of equals. Yo, this ain't a battle of equals. There ain't a quicker way to crash and burn than to rap with Cerebro, except maybe banning Cerebro. So it's gonna take twice the sorcery of Dr. Strange after he found a disguise. You're gonna have to meditate and just crouch on the side, but me punching with all these gems is how it's playing out every time. So you might, hold up. So wait, so you might have to wave the infinity gauntlet back thousands and thousands of times. If survival is the image you portray to the crowd and you're blind, to get that vision back, you gotta be stoned out of your mind.
Keep it down!
No, I say, hold up, I say, you battled Osama bin Chaplin. You battled Osama bin Chaplin, and that Rasta kid bodied you. Nothing as classic as typical Chaplin flicks, how he got the win boxing you. And unless it's... nothing as classic as typical Chaplin flicks, how he got the win boxing you. And unless it's Bush staging the war zone, I'll settle for the propaganda that Osama bin bombing you. So this is the guy they sent to represent. What the hell, BW? When even the street poets was bowling spells in front of dude, he was a step behind since he got taken out by Al, BW.
Spinning you off! On the down!
Let's go.
On the down!
Let's go.
Shut the fuck up! You're the main rap. Go in!
You are the perfect example of what drugs can do to life in the womb.
Oh, shit! What's
You are the perfect example of what drugs can do to life in the womb. We could have had a champ that spits knowledge to enlighten the room, but we got a crackhead who likes gun bars, so it's only right to assume. So it's only right to assume that heroin's the only thing you're shooting up, and when you say you spark the metal, you mean lighten the spoon. People say that you're the best, but I am not a believer. Because the people who said that were smashed off of bottles and liters of vodka and beer. Watching your shit, laughing at the bar. So when they tell me you the champ, I took that with a pinch of salt, like a shot of tequila. Inflicting my life's pain on my opponents is how I deal with. Inflicting my life's pain on my opponents is how I deal with my hysteria. So if I have a dream that's quite scary, I'ma be a nightmare. And if I lost some close friends, it's only right that I bury you. You will always be my inferior in every criteria. I know I seen them coming down my eyes, so I'ma make you criteria. A lot of different emotions running through the body. Lots of different emotions running through the body, but not fair. An able-bodied genius versus a crackhead with cerebral palsy. Not fair. Versus a crackhead with cerebral palsy, not fair. And I am not here to go back and forth and compare who is and who is not top tier based on who had a hot year, because going by that logic, I became God tier as soon as I got here. If I was him, I would have already thrown the towel in. Cause he going against the Shaolin and the wars that I was in make it easy to put the hours in. I feel like I gotta tell a dude the news is Pooch has died cause I don't know how to break this to you guys. He's looking really bad, can't talk to communicate, he's got to use his eyes. But if you could speak I feel like I gotta tell a dude the news is Pooch has died because I don't know how to break this to you guys. But he's doing really bad, can't talk. If he could, he'd probably can't talk. To communicate, he's gotta use his eyes, but if he could speak, he'd probably choose to die. So y'all can come in to supervise, but my only option is to euthanize. As you can see, every cerebral function has been neutralized. And I know he's your champ and it's natural to be biased, but please look at this with neutralized. Hobby rappers versus body catchers. Copycats who need an app to probably rap. Get the body bags. Pacquiao could knock you down with godly hands. I just put the crowd into an audience. Get the body bags.
That runs with Cerebro, let's go, homie. Yo, hold it down, hold it down.
I say...
No way.
Yo, hold it down. Let's go.
No way.
Finish him. I say... Hold up. I say, you expose Cody for being the religious type in his rhymes. And that's the most irresolute a structure has been designed in your lines. So to paraphrase the very lies about the Bible you provided the guy, if you believe there's a man or some guy in the sky with a paradise that you have to abide to, then he can have an offspring to crucify him in time to save you from quoting zeitgeist in your rhymes. Right? Yeah. You couldn't beat great enough to equate to beat quaint with your basic garbage. He had to edge the face off because you can't really wipe out a stain that dark. Legend or a myth, it's just a difference between a faceless artist and a need to show your face less artist. Fuck him. Yo. As I gaze at this full roof, we on stage and in full view. Who think he dangerous? Who think Blain is a cool dude? We knew that iron fake from the flyer after they gave you that full suit. So he'll be amazed when I pull through. He ain't blazing the tutu. You're out of bars. On these streets playing it safer than Joop Joop. Yo, what the fuck? Such a dark cat before me. Had to bring him under the light so the camera can start that recording. Otherwise in that corner it would have looked like I was having a one-man performance. I got a permanent mean mug from writing bars for this guy. But fuck it, off the top he could die. Even the shit I forget to make up is uglier to face than Nadia Nakai. Fuck it, hold up. Hold up. Body bagging, godly rapper versus hollow acts who jot that crap to fill the gap. So you can rhyme hobby raps and audience like 30 times, won't change the fact that you caught your first body bag at 30 times.